Ladies and gentlemen, this is a 10-round affair for the vacant Universal Boxing Organization's International Lightweight Championship. Fighting out of the blue corner, with a professional record of 4 wins, no losses, and 1 draw. Hailing from India, this is Singh. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, with a professional record of 9 wins, no losses, and 1 draw. Hailing from Turkey, this is Efe Derin Konuk. Judges ringside, Waru Dunkao, Tanakon Kantong, Imai Bosuan. Supervisor for this bout, Suraport Hong Ji Vanit. Referee in charge of the action, Jojo Torres.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. So we will resume the action with another UBO title fight. This is in the lightweight division. It is Turkey taking on India. And in the blue corner, we've got Singh, who is undefeated as a pro, 4 fights on his record, 4 victories, no defeats, no draws. And he's going up against a regular on FCC or Highland Boxing Promotions, Efe Derin Konuk, who is also undefeated as a pro, 10 fights in his record, 9 victories, no defeats, 1 draw. He is the twin brother of Efe Konuk, who you would remember won earlier on bout number 3. He beat Shivam from India on points to win the UBO Continental Super Lightweight title. It's been great watching these 2 twins grow as fighters on this show. And like we pointed out before when Efe fought, I really like how they box, how they break down their opponents, Jimmy. And now it's funny because Efe is a southpaw and he fought an orthodox. Efe, sorry, I keep getting them mixed up. Efe is an orthodox, he's now fighting a southpaw.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. We've definitely got a flip up here. It's the twin, both twins, but both have different styles in a sense of orthodox and southpaw. Both very intelligent fighters, both very aggressive. And I think the difference with Efe is he tries to put people away a little bit earlier as well. And, he has got that draw on his record, and that was from a very close fight as well, which could have gone either way. I know that's usually what a draw is, but it was a very, very close fight indeed. So I think Efe wants to prove himself here as well, because he wants to really step things up and prove why he is one of the best fighters as well for this UBO International Lightweight title.
And it's always that thing when your twin brother fights on the same card as you. Can you imagine the emotions that must be going through these two, both their minds? Like, they've obviously done their boxing career together ever since they started, and they fight on the same shows together, have the same amount of professional fights now as well.
I can't imagine it. I am a twin, and we were both boxers as well.
Both boxers
on the
at the same time.
cards, yeah. So, yeah, it's one of those weird things where, but I think, for these two, they're professionals, they're businessmen as well. They're trying to put on a career in boxing, and to them, it's a business as well to grow. So as long as they see it that way and don't get too emotionally invested. But, it's one of those things as well, when you see your friend or someone fight, you get those nerves in your stomach for them as well. Butterflies exist for more than one person.
But I think you get them even more so if you're related, for sure. Anyway, not a bad fight so far between these two. Singh going over the top with that left, overhand left, and then going to the body with the right hook too.
Yeah,
right
very
hand.
wide with his shots as well. And, you know that classic, a straight shot always beats a hook. So if, Efe can find the timing in between those hooks of Singh, he'll definitely put him away with a big shot.
Straight hand, straight left coming down the middle there from Singh. But Efe replies with his own straight right.
Big right hand as well. Both fighters reading each other very well though here. And like I said, you can see the difference in styles. You can see Efe is a little bit more loose. He's a little bit more, wide at the shoulders. And, he's just waiting for Singh to throw a big shot. And then he looks like he's trying to counter as well. Now, I don't know what they're complaining about in that situation. If it hits the elbow, it hits the elbow.
Okay, that's the end of round 1. Replay's coming very shortly. Then we're going to round 2. Okay, I guess we won't be having replays at the moment.
But we can talk about that action as well.
I mean, what is Efe complaining about there, Jimmy, with the elbow? What exactly is he referring to?
All I can assume is when he was up and close, I think he may have rammed his rammed his opponent with a forearm and an elbow, but it's one of those things where I don't think it was intentional in the slightest. I think, we often see that fighters just get frustrated, heat of the battle, you've just been warming up, you're waiting to get, you've been going through some weight cuts, you're probably not in the best of moods, it's probably very easy to get frustrated. Look, you're not allowed to elbow in boxing, but these types of things are going to happen sometimes by mistake. So I think we kept saying it, and you mentioned it many times, is stop focusing on what they're doing and just focus on your fight. Let the ref help you out. If the ref isn't helping you out, talk about it later on, but don't get, overindulged with complaining to the referee.
Yeah, that's something that you mustn't do. You just got to get in there and do your job. Okay, here we go, round 2 underway. We saw that Efe's coach wanted him to start targeting the body with the straight right. See if he can do that. I'm looking forward to seeing Ram Singh fight in this title bout. Just his teammates today really impressed me, especially Shivam, who fought Efe's twin brother Ege. Just loved how he boxed on the outside and was able to control the pace of the fight so well with his jab and his footwork. I'm expecting Singh to follow in the same footsteps.
Yeah, and that was an interesting fight as well, because usually with professional Indian fighters in boxing, they don't tend to have that footwork battle. They tend to have those big over-looping shots and these very unorthodox styles of throwing lead hooks and things, which is what we're seeing a lot more with Ram Singh and the fighter just before that as well. So that fight we saw was quite unique in the sense of we could tell he was from a very good amateur boxing background. Now this fight we're in right now, this is a little bit more of professional Indian style, which is looping hooks from all different angles.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's a transferable skill from cricket, Jimmy, with the over-looping, overhand rights, lefts, and the hooks too.
I mean, yeah, they've got like the best sportsmen for cricket. Like, they are the best country for cricket, so it's just one of those interesting things. And we see there Efe pushing down on the head of Singh as well. So now we're in a situation where if you don't think the ref's helping you out, you've got to help yourself sometimes. And it's a very active round as well. But I do think that Efe is a little bit more active as well. Singh has a loose guard, so even when he gets hit with his guard up, those shots are going to get through.
Efe bobbing and weaving, missing with the hook. Looks a bit frustrated there where he missed with that hook and going back in with a 2-punch combination. Singh staying calm and collected on the back foot, landing that left hand on the gloves of Efe.
Yeah, Efe was frustrated with where the head of Singh actually went afterwards, but if you're dipping underneath and you push down on them, you can't be in control of where their head goes. So I think it's one of those situations right now where stop focusing on the fouls and just really get into the action. There's been a lot of shots on the belt line by Singh, but to me they've been completely fine punches. However, we see him lose his footing there, and Ram Singh really tried to counter but didn't really execute.
No, he didn't. That was a prime moment for Singh to counter, but missed it. But landed with the straight left and a right hook right there, pushing Efe away as he advances.
And it looks like Efe is trying to set up some form of a trap, really just trying to break the guard of Singh. Singh throws these very wide hooks, but he also has a very loose high guard, as we like to call it, where he holds a high guard to really prevent you from coming in close, but he's not holding his arms strong. So if Efe just started jabbing the gloves or really delivering some big shots down the middle to the gloves of Singh, he would still get the same effect of damage.
Hook to the body there from Singh, and that is going to end round 2. We're going to round 3 shortly, and then we have the replays coming up before that, though.
Here we are with the action replays. That was a beautiful right hook and a double hook body to the head. That, to me, was the best combination that we saw land in that fight. Just a great movement by Efe Konuk there. Just a great fight indeed so far, and I just think that Efe is just a little bit more tactical and doing everything that he needs to do to win this fight. Singh has had some moments, but to me Singh looks a little bit too lackadaisical. He's not really doing anything to try and win the fight. It almost looks like he's waiting for Efe to do something before he actually comes forward. So I'd like to see Efe really step things up, improve if he can actually stop his fighter in his tracks.
Yeah, I mean, I got to agree with you. I feel like Singh's been very reactive, not proactive. And you just can't do that all the time. I mean, if you do want to be very reactive and just wait for the counters, all you've got to do, well, you have to really take your chance. And sometimes in that round, Jimmy, he just didn't take his chances.
Yeah, I mean, waiting for a counter is interesting if you're against someone who's very active, but you've got to force counters from your opponent as well.
Yeah, you've got to ensnare them somehow. Here we are in round 3. We are set for 10 if it goes the distance. Efe in the red trunks with the orange trim, and Singh in the white trunks with the yellow trim.
That was a great body shot. That has definitely hurt Singh there. Efe just put that shot together perfectly. He tapped upstairs and went hard down low, but he isn't moving forward. He's allowing Singh to basically recuperate here.
I think it's that managing your engine, James, which is what I touched on earlier on in a previous fight. You just don't want to let everything go too early and then be gassed out for the rest of the fight and, you know, potentially put yourself in danger of losing it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, unless you're going toe-to-toe every round, you should have trained hard enough to be in the 10th round with enough energy to put your fighter away if you can. I mean, it depends on your output as well, but sometimes you've got to take those actions in the opening rounds as well, and those were very low shots as well. Both fighters starting to complain, the referee starting to step in, and that's where the referee needs to be, just really on the ball now.
Jab here from Efe. Got to agree with you though, I feel like he just isn't taking advantage of Singh and needs to build a combination around landing another body shot. Just trying to pick him up at range with these torpedo straight rights.
Great evasion there as well. Singh, like we said, is just waiting to counter Efe, but Efe was just completely out of the range there as well. So Efe starting to put combinations together, but when he puts them together, when he has good punch selection, he does incredibly well. But I think it's also a case of you've got to believe in yourself that you do have the fitness available, and there it is, going to the body as well.
Singh, quick flurry there, finishing it to the body.
A great body shot.
Efe eating it though, but it looks like it winced him slightly.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those body shots where you don't really know how much it's hurt until like a few seconds later, but it looks like Efe is just taking a little bit of time. But the good thing about Singh is he's now gained some respect from Efe.
Jab there from Efe. Efe complaining again of an elbow to the back of the head. Straight right there from Efe. Singh keeping his guard nice and tight. Singh, great footwork here from the Indian fighter. Really got to compliment the Indian fighters that we've had on the card today. The footwork's been on point, Jimmy. Yeah,
absolutely. The footwork has been really good, and their footwork has been their defense. And, you know, everyone who knows boxing from its deep roots is you don't punch from your arms, you punch from your legs, is what they like to say. Everything starts from the footwork, and that's what we're witnessing right now. It's been a great round, but I think Singh has finally done something to gain the respect of Efe. It's been quite a sloppy affair from both fighters with the fouls, etc. But let's go to Ali with some of these action replays.
Yeah, what a round that was. Lots of complaints, though.
Well, that's one of those things here, Ali, which is with the complaints, it's very interesting because I think as a fighter, you've got to protect yourself and you've got to sometimes let the referee know, but that's why you rely on your corner as well to step in when you can't do anything. So at the same time, I understand that Efe is complaining, but unless it's really detrimental to the way that you're winning or the way that you're fighting, just keep fighting on and hope the ref helps you. If they do the same foul over and over, the referee's going to see it and do something. You've got to trust the referee.
Yeah, 100% you can't. It's also a good way of like killing time though and giving yourself a bit of a breather by complaining like that.
That is a good point as well. Floyd Mayweather is an absolute classic in a situation like that. He used to claim he was hit below the belt several times over. He was claimed he was hit to the head like with an elbow. Like, he used to find ways to get gaps of time all the time. So that's probably a good way of looking at it.
Okay, here we go. Round 4 underway. Efe coming out aggressive here. Jab upstairs. Beforehand, we saw that powerful right hook to the head.
Both fighters in the center of the ring here trying to exchange counters on one another, and Singh gets that left hand through, and Efe now just out of the range of Singh. Singh looks a little bit more active here, but he's still very soft with his guard.
He is, but Efe, just great uppercut there. Well, good timing from Efe. Still just think he needs to keep on building these combinations a bit, keep breaking down Singh, because he just keeps on attacking Singh and backing off and letting Singh come back into this fight somehow, Jimmy, instead of just pushing him back little by little. It's just too much, like single shot and then let Singh fire back. It's almost like he's sparring him.
Yeah, it's like he's losing momentum, and I think that is what he's doing right now, which is he's sparring him rather than fighting him at the moment, where you've just got to push the pace and sometimes believe in your timing, because the thing with Efe is if he puts his punches together and believes in his power, he could definitely put someone like Singh away, I believe. Unless Singh uses his footwork to get away from the damage, Efe could do some real damage here. But then that is a classic case of, do you believe in your own power? Do you believe in your own footwork?
Yeah, it all comes down to putting it all together. Just so hard to do. Great right hand, missing with the uppercut there from Efe. Singh coming alive though on the inside.
Singh started to go downstairs as well, which is something he should have been doing earlier on. We're in round number 4, scheduled for 10 rounds. And it's been quite a casual affair for both of these fighters, kind of waiting for one another to do something before they react. And like we said earlier, I'd like to see Efe just really push the pace. I think he's good enough to push the pace. I think he's got the power to do it, but he's got to believe he can do it as well. But easier said than done.
Right hook coming upstairs, missing with the left. Circling around, Singh is Efe.
And you can see Efe is really thinking now. He's trying to find openings. But you know what they say, Ali, if you can't find an opening, you've got to create one. If the door isn't open, you go in through the window. You can't just keep waiting for your opponent to do what you want them to do. You've sometimes got to force the action with feints, going downstairs and really forcing it. Great head movement by Efe there.
Spoken like a true cat burglar, the man in the know, Mr. Jimmy Bowe. Here we go, last 20 seconds now of round number 4. Right hand and missing, sorry, left hand and missing with the right hook, getting my stances mixed up here.
Efe's just out of target, but again, he complains about something where every time he complains, he's just losing his own momentum here. He needs to just keep pushing the pace. And sometimes, you know, you're boxing your opponent, but sometimes it's got to turn into a fight sometimes. If they're fouling you, either foul them right back to an extent and just do what they're doing until the referee notices it. But let's see some of these action replays here. So you can see those uppercuts getting through. And that's what I was talking about of the soft guard of Ram Singh, which is these guards are not going to work well when someone is starting to put pieces together. Sometimes when someone has a high guard, it almost acts as like a force field where if you put it up, people tend to stop firing, and you can't always believe that the guard is going to stop the punch. Just because they're holding up a guard, it doesn't mean it's going to stop the punch. Sometimes you've got to hit the guard the same way you would hit the head, and I'd like to see Efe do that. I want to see Efe just become a little bit busier. Now, he's definitely winning the fight. I don't see how he's losing this fight at all, but he's also got to put on a performance for the people watching him as well. You've got to put on a situation where you can also prove that you can finish your opponent as well.
Yeah, couldn't agree with you more, Jimmy. And here we go into round 5. We're hitting the halfway mark now of this title fight. Can Efe follow in his twin brother's footsteps and be crowned the UBO International Lightweight Champion? Or is Ram Singh going to rip up the scripts and spoil their day? A nice little family day out right here at Lumpinee Stadium, winning titles and, you know, getting your improving your boxing record just a little bit. But can Ram Singh just rip up the script that these two twins have written for themselves?
Yeah, a good Sunday family affair. Let's go out, let's win some belts, let's go back home. And we're in round number 5 right now. So if you've lost every round so far, you've got to do something spectacular right now. You've got to try and put the pace on your opponent. You've got to try and put them down. You've got to do something different. If it ain't working, you've got to change it up.
100%. There goes Ram Singh going down low again with a jab, keeping a high guard, wanting to take the fight to Efe on the inside. Great, that was such a cracking left hand to the body from Ram Singh.
We both saw it, an absolute genius of a body shot as well, but good head movement by Efe, gets away from the action, and he uses that hand to get himself away with range as well. Some good body work, and this is what Ram Singh needs to do. He almost needs to ram those shots to the body of Efe and not stop firing. He might take a shot in between, but the only way he's going to win this fight right now is turning it into a bit of a dogfight.
Definitely needs to do that, 100%, or should I say 110%, because that's what's written on Efe's shorts. Left hook there from the Turkish fighter, but I feel like Ram Singh has really started to come alive now in this round, targeting the body. Oh, some of these body shots are just absolute gut busters, and I'm feeling them right here in the commentary booth, Jimmy, and I'm not even inside the ring.
Yeah, I mean, those shots we can hear slapping around the ring. And if you've ever taken a big body shot, you can almost feel it for somebody else. And it's one of those things where body shots sometimes take time to actually start to develop the pain of them and also take the energy away from you.
Well, yeah, we saw that perfectly with Gervonta Davis against Ryan Garcia. Perfectly placed body shot, but it was a delayed reaction that stopped Ryan.
Yeah, Bernard Hopkins did it against Oscar De La Hoya. People think Oscar De La Hoya took a dive, and he didn't. It's a perfectly timed body shot, which over time, if it's selected correctly, and that's what Ram Singh needs to do. Rather than going for a perfect body shot, just really go to town on the body and hope you can do something. But right now, to me, Efe is just winning this fight outright. He's doing everything he needs to do to win this fight. We're in round number 5 right now, and it is just a classic case of, does Efe want to put his opponent away, or does he want to win this fight over 10 rounds of dominating each round? But Ram Singh's doing a lot better now this round, but is it enough to win the fight, Ali?
I think it's enough to win the round on my unofficial scorecard, Jimmy, but I think Efe has the majority of the rounds before this.
That was a great round for Ram Singh. He actually went to the body a lot more.
Yeah, what a round that was. Here are the replays right now. Can't wait to have another look at those body shots from Ram Singh. Here's Efe on the inside with some right hooks. Dirty boxing from the Turkish fighter. Ram Singh, though, I mean, these replays aren't doing his handiwork any justice at all. But just talk us through it, Jimmy. When you sling body shots like that, I mean, he's doing it halfway through the fight. If you do it early on, it's quite risky, isn't it? Because you're almost causing, you're really risking it, because you could end up not hitting your opponent at all, then you leave yourself wide open. Yeah,
absolutely, because as the fight progresses, the more tired you get, and, you know, like they say, fatigue makes cowards of us all, is early on, going to that body is a really good thing to do with a lot of feints. So those body shots only really work if you use feints early on. So at this stage in the fight, if your opponent is tired, going to the body not only damages them, you know, internally, but it's psychological as well. Getting hit to the body, or the idea of getting hit to the body, already takes energy away from you.
Yeah, it definitely does.
I mean, if you're going up against a fighter who is known as, let's say, Mike McCallum, who is the body snatcher, you're already tired knowing you're going up against him, because you know he's going to your body. You know it's not going to be an easy fight, and I think fighters have got to be that way. But that was a beautiful left hand landed by Ram Singh.
Yeah, it looked like it touched the glove as well at the same time, but still did enough to slightly stun and shock Efe.
And as we always said, just because the guard is up, it doesn't mean the shot's not getting through or doing something. Sometimes it's good to just hit the gloves of your opponent and get their respect as well. But Ram Singh being a little bit more aggressive in this round, but we saw this last time. Very aggressive in the opening stages, and then ends to just dip down later on.
Efe landing the jab. Uppercut as well from Efe.
Great uppercut, timed it perfectly as Ram Singh walked into it. Just a great uppercut landed by Efe there.
Ram Singh, though, becoming more aggressive now, mixing his shots up, going upstairs with the uppercut and the straight left.
Ram Singh really digging down on that lead hook, and it's very interesting because Ram Singh has seemed to have just changed up his style in every round, where he's done something just ever so slightly different, which, you know, for Efe, it must be hard to predict, but at the same time, Efe stuck to the same game plan over and over. Single shot combinations, wait for the openings, and just really pepper your opponent as soon as the guard is down.
Efe holding center ring here. Ram Singh just planning another angle of attack.
They're almost jockeying one another, trying to see who wants to flinch first and who wants to react, and then they're going to pounce. But I really just want to see Ram Singh just do something a bit different here. Right now, he seems to be going to the body with some very nice shots, but as we've seen before, judges don't necessarily favor those shots to the body. They like people who are very clean with their shots upstairs rather than going downstairs.
That's an interesting point. Never knew that.
I mean, it's not that it's not that they don't score, it's just we often see with good body shot fighters is they don't tend to win rounds on body shots because people like to see the shots upstairs, and it's very hard to count a body shot as a point, so that's why you've got to sometimes use it to your advantage where you can go the majority to the body as long as you're setting up big shots upstairs.
Overhand left there beforehand by Ram Singh. Efe firing back with his own straight punches and setting up that left uppercut. Clapper goes for 10 seconds in round 6. Efe getting told off for shots to the back of the head by the referee.
Straight in there with the action that did not waste any time. A great round for both of these fighters, an entertaining round to say the least. Both fighters giving it all they've got, and we're going to go to some action replays here. So Efe just getting out of dodge in that situation, getting away from the punch and not allowing him to take a big shot. Now, even when Efe gets hit by some of these shots, he's moving back, which means he takes the sting out of the punches. So the punches don't even land that hard. Even when they connect to him, they're not landing as hard as they could. But a good round. Again, I just think Efe is winning this fight outright now. I think Ram Singh has got to be told in his corner where, look, you've got a few more rounds now. Are you going to try and win it, or are you just going to try and survive it? Because you've got to be in a situation where you're still trying to win the fight.
That's a great way of putting it. Are you trying to win, or are you just trying to survive?
And if you're trying to survive, at least have an idea that you might be winning at some of those rounds. But I just don't think Ram Singh's style is necessarily winning it for him. A lot of single punch combinations to the body. They land hard on Efe, but they're not winning the fight. Efe is winning this fight, and Ram Singh is just digging to the body.
Well, I guess you could kind of say that their styles both cancel each other out, really, because they're quite similar in that sense, where Efe will throw significant shots to hurt you and get his own points, and then he'll back off and wait for the counters. And Singh is a little bit similar, but more so on the other side, likes to just stay and counter his opponent. Would you say so? Yeah,
he's a nonchalant version of him in a sense, where he doesn't have the same head movement as Efe, and his guard isn't as tight. So with Ram Singh, he always looks like he's loose and kind of ready to go. Efe always looks busy and looking like he's trying to put you away as well. So Efe is always going to be favored on the judges' scorecard because Efe looks like he's always trying to win. Ram Singh, although very similar, is just a little bit of a loose, like I said, nonchalant version of Efe sometimes.
Good hook there from Efe. Targeting Ram Singh now with the power punches, straight right and hook to the body as well. And an uppercut. Oh, that looked like that hurt Ram Singh. He dropped his guard momentarily, Jim.
We've seen him win before. We've seen him do this and almost play a little bit of possum there, because for someone who's got hit very hard, he's still moving forward, which, you know, you've got to give credit where credit is due. He's a very tough man, Ram Singh. He's taken some absolute devastating uppercuts, which would have put a lot of people down, but he has not once gone down to the canvas. He hasn't quit. He's staying in there. Efe still with the single punch combinations. I'd like to see him start putting them together now. I think he's got Ram Singh where he wants him.
Yeah, Ram Singh looking deflated here, and Efe waiting for him so he can land another counter punch. There he is, firing that right hand.
A big right hand upstairs, still missing the target. So to me, Efe is now in cruise control. He's in autopilot. He's just doing everything he needs to do just to win the fight. But he's definitely boxing. He's boxing well. But he also needs to understand that it's an entertainment sport as well, where he should be trying to push the action sometimes and trying to put your opponent away. It's all good winning, but you don't want to get to the 10th round where it's been a close fight and you're not sure. Sometimes you've got to just prove that you don't want to go to the judges' scorecards and put your opponent away.
Yeah, playing it way too safe, I think, Jimmy. And this is the thing. This is the business. You need to be a showman. You need to put bums on seats. You need to have an exciting style, and Efe does have glimpses of that, but he just I mean, I could watch this all day long.
Yeah, for
as
us,
well.
I love this. I love boxing and I love watching these things, but for casual fans, you might be watching this and wondering why is he not going in for the kill? And it's mainly because he's waiting for the correct time, and he's also just proving that he can outbox his opponent. So I'm very entertained by it, but I also understand that there's times where you've got to try and put the fighter away that's in front of you and try and put it on a show. Like I said, boxing is theater as well. You can be a good boxer, but you've also got to sell the tickets as well.
Yeah, 100%. Got to make sure that you try and get as many people to the promotion as possible. Okay, that's the end of the 7th round. We're going into round 8 very shortly, but here are the replays. So a bit of a one-sided round, in my opinion. Efe just did exactly what he needed to do. Great counter right hand. Was able to unlock the southpaw stance of Ram Singh with it. Ram Singh just got hurt earlier on with a shot to the body too. But did try and rally back against Efe as much as he possibly could, but I just feel like there's a slippery slope that Ram Singh is climbing at the moment, and he just can't disrupt the furious flow that Efe has been riding so far.
Efe is just outboxing. Every time Ram Singh gives him an opening, Efe is taking it. He's jabbing him hard, he's hitting him square, and he's hitting him with some really powerful shots. We know exactly what Efe is doing. Ram Singh, to me, is not trying to win the fight anymore. He's trying to prove he can last in there, but for what reason, I'm not sure. He's got to do something. If you're behind on the judges' scorecards, you know you're losing this fight. You need to do something to try and win. Or what else is the point in being in the ring right now?
Here we go, round number 8. Jab upstairs from Efe to start this round off. Swing and a miss from Efe with the 1-2. Ram Singh on the outside, just trying to line up that left hand, and he does.
Big left hand upstairs, so you've got to hope you've got enough power in those shots, or hope your opponent walks into the shot when you throw it. But a great shot. But Ram Singh, if he just went to the body, the thing with headshots is, if you don't have much power in your hands, headshots only do something if you've got great timing. If you don't have power, you don't have timing, just go to the body, because shots don't need to hit hard to the body to stop your opponent, and that's where I think Ram Singh needs to be. Instead of relying on anything else, just go to the body as much as you can.
Yeah, always a good tactic. Ram Singh going upstairs, landing with that right hook. Efe, jab down the middle.
Both fighters are holding central ring right here, but you can see the way Efe controls his opponent almost like a snake charmer. He keeps his opponent exactly where he wants him to be and then starts throwing out those shots, but he's very selective. He's very much an output fighter where he knows exactly what he's going to throw and he knows exactly how it's going to land every time. He isn't taking too many risks in this fight, and maybe he's just trying to prove to himself as well that he can go full 10 rounds with the same tempo.
Efe still packing power though, landing these shots, placing them really, isn't he? Placing these shots so they're landing with some power, but not the complete knockout power that we'd want to see.
It's exactly that. I mean, we would like to see him maybe do 2 or 3 shots in those situations, maybe land a 4-punch combination like we saw him do in some of the earlier rounds, and he nearly put Singh away, but then he backed off him once again. So it's one of those situations where I just want to see what Efe is capable of when he pushes the pace. Unless, for what we don't know, is maybe Singh is really good at hitting hard. Maybe some of those shots have really shocked Efe and he doesn't want to get caught in the web of Singh and get hit hard. Maybe he's just a little bit, you know, tempted to not really go in because he doesn't really want to give up this W.
Yeah, left uppercut really did miss the mark there. Scooping left uppercut. Right uppercut though lands for Efe. We've come up to the 30-second mark now in round number 8.
I mean, the one thing you can say about Efe is he's just boxing well. He's boxing correctly. He's doing everything he needs to do to win. He's finding the openings. He's countering when he needs to. And he's only, you know, as you was talking about earlier, it's his punch selection which does really well for him. He knows exactly what he needs to do to win. Singh just needs to try something now. Is he going to try and win in this next round? We will see.
Clock winding down now, 9 seconds, and that is the end of round 8. Well, we'll have the replays coming for you very shortly, and then we'll go into round 9. Don't go anywhere.
And we will find those replays very soon, Ali, but how are you scoring this fight? I mean, I've got to say Efe is winning, but here they are, the action replays, Ali. So as we see that overhand right, and there was those digging uppercuts. Now, notice how Efe is hanging on the back of the head when he throws his uppercuts. Now, the uppercut's going to hit harder, but if the referee sees that, he can definitely take them apart and give him a warning for that. You cannot wrap your hand around your opponent's head and deliver an uppercut. That is considered dirty boxing. It's allowed in bare knuckle boxing, but you cannot do that in professional boxing. But a very, very good round indeed by both of these fighters. I just think Efe is just, the way I would see this, I always look at boxing sometimes in percentages, and I just see that Efe is just winning this fight ever so slightly by doing exactly what he needs to do, which to me is almost the bare minimum of winning, which is just winning this fight outright. He's proving to everyone he's got a formula on how to win at boxing, and that's what he's doing. Yeah, rightfully, you stole the words right out of my mouth, Jim, big time. He's doing exactly what he needs to do to win. And sometimes that's the right thing to do as well, especially when there's a belt on the line. Why take an unnecessary risk? Why not just flirt yourself to victory, get the belt, and then you can start calling the shots? Because sometimes winning a belt, I mean, look, Bernard Hopkins used to do this all the time. Pernell Whitaker used to do this all the time. They used to go full fight just to win belts, and then they start stepping up their pace in different situations. But if it's winning, obviously you don't want to fix it. But sometimes you need to dare to be great, though. That is another thing. I mean, if there wasn't a belt on the line, then you would have to take more risks. But considering there's a belt on the line, sometimes you don't want to take those unnecessary risks. You want to take the belt home and then start working your way up, start building up your career ever so slightly. But here we are, both fighters exchanging counters in the center of the ring. So both fighters reading each other well. And that's the thing, innit, when you're reading a fighter, Jimmy, what exactly are you looking for, and what are you, it sounds silly, but what exactly are you looking at? Well, you're trying to see how are they reacting to certain shots you throw. So for example, if you throw a jab, do they dip their head to the left or to the right? If you step left, do they go left or right? You try and look at their movement, and that's how you can, you know, really build up a game plan and a punch selection. So for example, if they always step left when you throw a jab, that means you feint the jab and then find the counter when they step left. So you're trying to make them do what you want them to do without them knowing that you're doing it. Like you said early on, a great analogy, the snake charmer, putting them where you want them to go. Without letting them know that they're in your charm as well. That's the classic way of boxing, is letting them think they're in control when the reality is. You know that classic moment in The Dark Knight where Bane lets everybody know, do you think you're in control of this fight? And that's where you need them to be. Let them think they're winning whilst you're still in control. Great combination there from Efe. And Ram Singh just being told off by the referee, needs to keep his head up. Uppercut there from Efe. And then right hook, left hook followed on from that. Power coming in now from the Turkish fighter. Looks like he is daring to be great now in round number 9. I think that has lit a fuse. That shot that went very low has really wound him up, and he's now starting to get some payback, but he's eating some shots in the process. And this is what we were talking about as well. When Efe puts the pressure on, Ram Singh is waiting for it and does it right back as well. So both fighters really trying to put each other away in this round, and that's what we wanted to see. What is going on there, though? It almost looked like Efe was going to go for a judo throw. I've seen that happen so many times. It's a matchup contest sometimes. You're trying to prove you've got more power than your opponent and more feet of strength. We used to see Nassim Hamid do it all the time. Efe looks like he's losing his cool right here at the end of round 9. And that is the end of round 9. We will go to the replays shortly, and then we will go into round number 10, the 10th and final round. Again, Efe's feathers getting shook up there from the low blow from Ram Singh, and he started powering up on his punches. Ram Singh, though, definitely did try and hurt Efe with these left hands to the head and to the body. And there we see the inside work here from Efe as he slipped and dipped and landed that uppercut. Worked so well, timed it beautifully. There's that left hook too. And it was probably the most exciting part of the fight as well. It was where both fighters went toe to toe. And look, I think that's what Ram Singh needs to kind of do. He needs to really poke the bear here, because Efe is dangerous when he lets his hands go. He can really put you away, but so is Ram Singh. Ram Singh has some power behind his shots, and I think that's why we've seen Efe kind of be a little bit hesitant to really engage here, because when he engaged, they both just went toe-to-toe. So now we're in the 10th round. We've now got to see, how is he going to deal with this fight? Is he going to try and put him away, or is he just going to dance his way? We're going to see in just a moment.
All right, here we go. 10th and final round right now. On our unofficial scorecards, Efe is ahead in this title fight. But anything can happen in boxing. You never know what Ram Singh has up his sleeve. He could end this fight right here, right now, if he can just put his pedal to the metal. But big body shot right there. Looks like that hurt Ram Singh, and right hand over the top.
Beautifully timed body shot and just a perfect punch placement. It landed clean, and this is the 10th and final round. And yeah, anything can happen in boxing. You're always one punch away from the fight ending. If Efe boxes the way he did in the opening rounds, then he's going to win this fight outright. But he keeps complaining to the referee, and he might get clipped. Just keep going to the fight.
Yeah, you can't react to what other people's actions, to your opponent's actions, but you can control your emotions.
It's the other way around. You can't control your emotions, but you can control your actions.
Yeah, that's it.
But I knew exactly what you meant, and that's what Efe needs to do. He needs to accept, yeah, I got hit low, but keep my guard up, because we've seen it before where fighters put their guard down and they try and get the referee's attention, then they get clipped and lose the fight. Don't put yourself in that situation. Protect yourself at all time.
Singh on the back foot, trying to run away here. Just clinching up with Efe. Wasting time as much as he can. It looks like Singh is hurt. Efe going to the body with a two-punch combination.
And this is what we wanted to see earlier. Efe, when he puts the punches together, he is devastating, he is powerful, and he's doing exactly what he needs to do. The gum shield goes out, but the referee might find a gap to stop it, and there, he found it. No, it's the... Yeah, I mean, look, Ram Singh's probably gained himself a little bit of time there to get his breath back, which is exactly what he needed to do. And it's an old classic move, spit your gum shield out for a piece of time.
And under Muay Thai rules in Thailand, if you do that in a fight, that's almost like taking an 8 count. It's a huge telltale sign that you're giving up. No, I'm not kidding. If a fight's that close, that can lose you a fight in Muay Thai at least.
What a fight we're witnessing right now. Both fighters putting it on the line. I don't know what the complaining is about. Just keep going for it and just keep delivering shots. A beautiful right hand rocks Singh.
And Singh just trying to retreat into the clinch right now to save time and protect himself.
You can see Ege telling his brother, calm it down. You haven't got long to last. 30 seconds to go. Don't give it up. Just go back to doing what you did before and outboxing him.
Right hook there. Overhand left from Singh.
Singh has never once given up in this fight. He's been eating big shots, and he's never once given up. And here we are, he's still putting pieces together. We're in the final moments of this fight.
Efe getting frustrated here. Left hook from the Turkish fighter. Upstairs, going upstairs with the uppercut. Hook again from Efe. Slinging these body shots as the clock winds down, and that is the end of the 10th and final round. Great show of boxing from Efe. Singh definitely did have his moments, though it wasn't so one-sided. Here's Jimmy with the replays.
And there was that beautiful left hook to the body that nearly put Singh out, and then that right hand upstairs. To me, that was the most exciting round. We saw Efe really come forward, really take some chances here, and really do what we wanted to see earlier on, which is take a chance and really put some punches together. He nearly took Ram Singh out, yet he couldn't do it. Ram Singh definitely got a chin and a body of steel. He didn't go down to any of those shots. I do believe if he just pushed the pace, or there was one more round, it looked like he was going. We're going to go to Teddy in just a moment. And don't go anywhere, folks, because we've got 4 more fights after this in Muay Thai. Then we'll return for some title boxing fights as well. So we've got 4 Muay Thai fights coming up, and then we will have some professional boxing fights as well, some main events. Peter Denman is in the building, and we'll be seeing that handsome man on the mic in just a moment. Anyways, here we go with the next most handsome man in the building, Teddy.
gentlemen, after 10 exciting championship rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Judge number 1 scores it 98-92. Judge number 2, 98-92. Judge number 3, 99-91. For your winner, the red corner, Efe